The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Sean Smoke and Kevin Price. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, and we've got a great show for you tonight. We're back after the dead week in July the 4th. We hope everybody had a fun and safe holiday. Before the break, we told you there were camps all over the 912. Kevin will have a full report on the two-day camp hosted by the Brunswick High Pirates, which included the Ware County Gators, the Richmond Hill Wildcats, and the Thomas County Central Yellow Jackets. I travel over to Brunswick and catch up with Coach Rocky Hidalgo and the Glen Academy Red Terrace as they hosted a big OTA. I had a chance to talk to Coach Rock, Jordan Mullis of the Appleton County Pirates, Lauren Purvis of the South Effingham Mustangs, and last but not least, Brandon Derrick of the Knights from over in St. Simons. So stick around. We got a great show, and we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. You're watching On Air with 912 Sports.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
It's important to get in quality work before the break, and that's just what several 912 teams did over at the OTA hosted by the Glen Academy Red Terrace. Several of our 912 teams were on hand getting better for the 2024 season. Going into his second year as head coach of the South Effingham Mustangs, Coach Lauren Purvis hopes to continue the trend of winning seasons. The Mustangs had their first winning season in 4 years under first-year head coach Purvis, and here's what he had to say about the upcoming 2024 season.
We're here with Coach Lauren Purvis, head coach of the South Effingham Mustangs. They're over here at Glen Academy at a big OTA. Coach, talk a little bit about what you guys use these OTAs for.
Yeah, I think the best thing about these OTAs is it's a glorified practice, but it is a competitive practice. And you get to work on, we treat it just like a normal day. We're going to work on what we're going to work on, what we need to do, what we need to get better at. But we're going to have a good time doing it because we're doing it against another team. You know, it's always fun to go against somebody in another colored jersey.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How important is it to be able to hit somebody in a different color jersey?
It's very, you know, you can get the best look you can at practice, and everybody's in just helmets right now because it's the dead of summer. So a chance to get padded up and really hit somebody is very, very helpful in terms of learning and hopefully getting better every day.
Right. Well, Coach, you guys had a good year last year. Talk a little bit about the team this year. Who are you going to be counting on the offensive side of the ball?
The team is very different from last year. Last year we graduated 28 seniors, and the majority, probably 7 or 8 on each side of the ball, were seniors. So we're only returning 6 guys on both sides that have any sort of playing time, not even necessarily starters. So it's going to be very different. I think we're still learning the personality of this team. Offensively, I really like our backs. We got a couple of backs that I think are really going to do a great job this year. Caden Ward, Kyron White, Judah Walker, these 3 guys that, you know, we're just going to rotate back there and see who's got the hot hand. They run the ball hard. They're strong. It's going to be fun to watch them.
Exactly. And let's flip over to the defensive side of the ball. Who's some of the guys you're going to rely on over there?
So Corbin McGuire is our middle linebacker, or one of our middle linebackers. He's a senior this year. He's done a phenomenal job of stepping up and being a leader for us, a guy that doesn't mind getting guys right, that, you know, that may be goofing off or not working as hard as they should be in the weight room on the field. And he's a good football player. He's got a nose for it. We started off our spring game. We had a little inter squad, and I think in the first 3 plays he had 2 turnovers against our first offense. So that was like, oh, gosh. But it was good because he was on our team too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, Coach, this is an OTA right before the dead week. What's up for the Mustangs after dead week?
We're going to get in one more OTA, padded camp, in middle of July. Other than that, we're just going to work hard in the weight room every day, on the field every day. And we've got some time where, you know, 7-on-7's a lot of June, and a lot of July is getting ready for real padded football. So that's what we're going to turn our attention to.
Well, Coach, you guys keep getting better, and we'll catch up with you in the fall.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
The Appling County Powers tied for a region championship in 2023 with Toombs and Pierce County in Region 3 AA. In fact, they were the only team to beat the AA state champion Pierce County Bears in 23. They have some pieces coming back on offense, but the senior-laden defense is gone to graduation. Coach Jordan Mullis knows he and the Powers will have to work hard to retain the glory in 2024.
Welcome, sports fans. We're here with Coach Jordan Mullis, head coach of the Appling County Powers. And Coach, you guys over here at Glen today at an OTA. Talk a little bit about how you guys use these OTAs.
Just try to get time and some pads. You know, the season's coming up quick, got another off week. Use it to bang as much as we can and get reps, and then obviously see a bunch of different, you know, things that a lot of times you're not prepared for. So, you know, get it on film, and then use that film in July to go back and teach off of it.
Well, these OTAs a lot different than the 7-on-7s. You get all 11 guys on the field. You get some contact. You get some guys moving each other around. Talk a little bit how important that is over just throwing the ball around.
Well, I mean, we run and we lift every day. We've been doing that since May. It feels like, you know, getting ready for spring, having spring practice, conditioning every day, working in the weight room. And then you get out here and you get these 10-minute periods, and everybody's trying to go no huddle to get reps. And it's like 20 minutes later, you got guys thinking, you know, they're getting in heat exhaustion, you know. So it gives us a good point to see, you know, kids don't believe what we say. So we tell them all week, you know, we're going to be banging on Wednesday. So you're going to feel what that August scrimmage is.
Right.
You think you're in the best shape of your life. You go out there, you scrimmage for a couple possessions, and then everybody's dying, you know.
Reality sets in.
That's right. That's right. So I can tell you right now, Appling County's got a real good litmus test on what kind of football shape we're in.
Exactly.
And it ain't real good. So
exactly.
We'll have to address that.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you guys, you get Dason Griffiths back at quarterback, you know, on offense, but you lose Camden Hickox. You get a few guys back on defense, but you lose people like on the defensive line, like Smith. Talk a little bit about who some of the guys you're going to count on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you know, we return some guys that have played a lot of football, but, you know, the biggest thing is the guys we graduated weren't 1-year starters. They were 2-3-year starters. So the biggest thing is, we think Kimani Riles is going to have a really good year. He's a lot better. The learning process that he's gone through the last couple of years, I think, is going to help him play a lot faster. Kellen Eccles is, kind of been a standby guy for us for the last couple of years. So we expect him to have a big year. And where last year we returned, a couple of running backs and a bunch of lineman bodies. This year, we feel real good about our quarterback and our receivers, and we got to find out who the best 9 linemen are in our program to be on that OLDL.
Well, Coach, you guys continue to get better this summer, and we'll catch up with you in the fall. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Stick around, sports fans. We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching On Air with 912 Sports.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
The Frederica Knights are young and small in numbers, but they're not afraid to mix it up with the GHSA boys. Coach Brandon Derrick knows iron sharpened iron, and he was happy to get some work in against quality opponents to better prepare his team for the 2024 season.
Welcome, sports fans. We're here with Coach Brandon Derrick, head coach of the Frederica Academy Knights, over here at a big OTA hosted by Glenn Academy. Coach, you guys kind of get to see some stiff competition over here. Talk a little bit how important it is for you guys to see good competition in the summer.
Oh, it's huge for us because we have small numbers. So trying to get competition at practice every day is a challenge for us. Actually, the last 2 days, we've had like 21, 22 kids. So we've had enough to actually go 11 on 11. Most of the time, we only got 17, 18 kids. So we ain't got but 28 on the team. And so to come over here and get these reps, I felt like we got tremendously better from yesterday just doing helmets against Blakely, just doing helmets and 11 on 11, pretty much tag. And then coming over here today and hitting each other a little bit, I think we got a lot better in the last 2 days. And I got a young group. I'm playing 21 freshmen and sophomores out of the 28 kids. So the more reps they get, the better they're going to be as we go.
Well, Coach, you lost a lot on offense. Jordan Tribbett, all-time leading rusher here in the state of Georgia. He's going on to Air Force. Talk a little bit who's going to replace some of that offense for you this coming fall.
Well, it's going to be by committee, but we feel like we got a pretty good committee coming in behind them with Jaden Gibson, Jalen Baldwin, Stanton Beverly, Jordan Rollins just came in, Davis Durkin. We got a bunch of guys that we're going to be doing some different things. And offensively, it's going to be a different look for everybody coming in. I mean, the last couple of years, last year it was straight Wildcat with Jordan. And the years before that, we ran a lot of spread and run zones and stuff. And now we're going to have to do it by committee and get guys the ball in space and do some things. So I felt like today we took a big step forward offensively. We're trying to find an identity, and I think here all through July, we'll find one. I think we'll get the pieces put together. It's just going to take us a little time.
Yeah. Well, Coach, let's flip over to the defensive side of the ball. Who's some of those guys you're going to be relying on?
Gavin Grantham and Hayes Carter, those two guys played inside last year for us. Eastside Hernandez is going to move from defensive end to outside linebacker. Jalen Ball and Jalen Gibson, they played as freshmen last year, so they're going to be right out there sophomores again. We're going to start a lot of sophomores. And the thing with us is if you play on offense, you're going to be playing on defense too. So what we're trying to do right here with this camp is get all these kids on the field, get them reps, because they're all going to have to give us some reps at some point in time. It may only be 3 or 4 reps in a game, but we got to rest the kid, get them off the field. And so that's huge for us right now is trying to rotate kids and get them coached up just enough. If we have to run certain plays for certain kids to get guys rest, and that's what we'll have to do as we go on.
Okay. Well, what's on the slate for the rest of the summer for Frederica?
We'll be back in the weight room tomorrow morning, and then right when we come back after July the 4th, the dead week, we get back in the weight room, and then it's scrimmage time for us. We go to Brantley. I know we got Bethesda at home on August 2nd, and we got Brantley on the 9th. And then, we'll be working hard against one another as best we can to try to get everybody here in July. And, of course, you have to do all your acclimation stuff and get everybody in. And so be a lot of reps for our guys. You know, that the biggest key for me now is the heat and how do I keep my kids healthy. Trying to do intense practices. Do we cut it? You know, some of these guys get to come in and practice 3 or 4 hours and rotate through because they got an offense and defense meeting. My guys are offense and defense and special teams. So I just got to be very cautious how we go about it with this heat right now here in South Georgia, and it's not going to probably let up any in July, I don't guess.
No, it doesn't look like it. Well, Coach, you guys continue to get better throughout the summer. We'll catch up with you in the fall.
All right, thank you.
The Glen OTA has become a tradition here in around the 912 of getting in quality work just before the break. Over the past several years, Coach Rock has put together a great camp, and he understands the importance not only to his Red Terrors, but also the surrounding teams.
Welcome, sports fans. We're here with Rocky Hidalgo, head coach of the Glen Academy Red Terrors. And, Coach, you guys are putting on an OTA. Coach, I know an event like this takes a lot of people, all hands on deck. Talk a little bit about some of the people that are helping you guys make this event happen today.
Well, I mean, first off, thank these coaches, Coach Lasser, Coach Mullis, Coach Derek, all those guys showing up out here, just bringing their teams. Coach Bradley Warren from McIntosh. So that's huge. Just get off the couch and come out and have a good day to compete. Guys who come out and work against each other. We got a lot of moms and dads cooking hot dogs. Coach is setting up cool down tents and stringing water hoses, all that stuff out here. You know, we spent about 3 hours yesterday working, getting everything set up to host it, but also that we can do it safely and manage any issues that we might have due to the heat.
Right. And on top of that, you guys have got to coach an OTA here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, we're flying around. We've got varsity JV in 9th grade out here going against other people's JVs in 9th grade. Get a lot of work at the camp here. We've got 130 kids here going against, other high schools' whole program. It's not just a varsity camp. So it's a pretty unique thing that we do when we bring these JV guys and 9th grader guys in. But we get a lot of work in.
Well, Coach, just a little bit different. Last week you guys were at a 7-on-7. You're at an OTA today. How do you guys use the two different camps differently?
Well, for us, spring football is about running the football, defending the run, being physical. We get in the summer, we want to work on our pass defense and throwing the football. And a big part of that is 7-on-7. We want to get 7-on-7 and focus on those things. A day like today, it's really back to focusing on being physical. Our run game, fit and run fits and being physical at the point of attack. So that's what we're trying to do out here. We want to see our guys compete and have to fight through. Today's going to be tough. It's going to be hot, a lot of reps. Guys are going to get tired. We're going to see who's going to get out here and push through a little bit.
Well, Coach, Dead Week's coming up next week, but what's on the slate for the Terrors on the backside of the Dead Week?
Man, we got 2 good weeks of practice, and we get into acclimation days, and really that's it. The summer's just about over with. We want to keep working toward that July 26th date where we come in here for our camp days and start installing, all of our situational stuff, our special teams, but just kind of the same old. We want our guys to have a little summer too about there. So, we're only working 3 days a week when we come back until we get going on July 22nd.
Well, Coach, you guys continue to get better, and we'll catch up with you in the fall.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Terrors.
These types of camps are what build programs around the 912. As you can see, almost all the 912 teams are at some type of camp every other week. We'll be covering several more in the coming weeks here in July. And before you know it, August 2nd will be here for the start of the first round of scrimmage games for the 2024 season. I'm Sean Smoke reporting for On Air with 912 Sports. We'll be right back after these messages.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Price for On Air with 912 Sports. I'm out at Brunswick High School in Brunswick, where the second day of a 2-day padded camp just wrapped up on the football field behind me. This camp actually took place the last week of June, the week before last week's 4th of July mandated Dead Week by the Georgia High School Association. But it was good stuff out here on the BHS practice field, so we still want to take you back to the camp. So let's go inside the action here at BHS.
Summer football workouts are back in session across Southeast Georgia this week, following the dead week mandated last week by the Georgia High School Association. But that last week of June, things were hot and heavy on fields across our 912 area code, including down on the coast in Brunswick, where 4 teams got after it pretty good in a padded camp hosted by the Brunswick High Pirates. The teams participating in the camp at Brunswick were, of course, the hometown Pirates, the Ware County Gators, the Richmond Hill Wildcats, and the Thomas County Central Yellow Jackets, who won the Class 6A state title last year. The camp took place on Tuesday, with an off day Wednesday, and then a second session was held on Thursday morning. The teams matched up head-to-head on each side of the 50-yard line, with all 4 teams competing against each other in 11-on-11 competition that was the closest thing to real football without tackling to the ground or any special teams. The session was pretty lively overall and sometimes pretty intense, as the players were in competitive mode for sure. After the camp, I caught up with the coaches from our 912 area schools to talk to them about their teams and what would lie ahead for each one of them. The first coach I interviewed was Richmond Hill's Matt Lazat.
All right, Coach, thanks for taking some time with us. You obviously been at Brunswick, I guess, both days.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about signing up for this camp. I guess you obviously can see the good competition. That's probably why you signed your name on the dotted line, right?
Yeah, well, quality teams. I've got a relationship with all these coaches, and we were able to collaborate and talk about what we wanted to accomplish. And I think we had a really good 2 days of work. I think our team grew. I think everybody's team grew out here. That's all you can hope for. Everybody trying to be injury-free coming out of something like this, finishing the month of June off. Really excited to get back to work in July.
Coach, talk about maybe where you think you are as a football team right now, just kind of going into that next dead week, and then you will get into the month of July.
Well, I think we've got a pretty good team. I think we've got a pretty good ball club. A lot of guys have played a lot of snaps for us. Our focus has really been on trying to uplift those younger guys. Got a great senior class that's coming through, and how can we develop that next stage, that next level, as much as possible while we can this time of year. Felt like we did a really good job of getting them some experience out here doing this. Looking forward to another July session, and I tell you, that's really our identity. Is like, hey, how much can we develop these guys, these role players, these second guys, where they can be contributors on Friday night.
And of course, Coach, it's kind of warm out here. It could be warmer, as you know. You could play in conditions at least this warm or maybe worse in August, but talk about your conditioning. You feel pretty good about where you are right now?
Last year, we didn't have a Monday practice until September 18th. So, it's one of those things where the weather dictates a lot. It works negatively against our preparation. Fortunate for us, man, we had a great breeze out here. It's hot, but yeah, we had a great breeze, and you're able to get out here and push the limits a little bit with these guys and see where they can hold. And we're GPS programmed, so we go back and look at their workloads and all that stuff and say, hey, what more can we demand out of these guys? How can we grow them a little bit more so that they're ready to go in August?
And talk about coming out of the dead week next week and going into the July calendar. What does July kind of look like for Richmond Hill before you really get into true preseason practice?
July, we start school so damn early. We're going. You come back from July and you're getting ready to start school. So, it's one of those things where, we got to be careful with how we're programming our guys to make sure that we're peaking ready to go when the season starts. We scrimmage early, August 2nd, and then don't play Glenn Academy till the 23rd. So we got a nice break in there. So we can't get ahead of ourselves either. We can't rush to slow down. We got to pace ourselves and be ready to roll. Feel really good about our coaching staff. We've got a tremendous coaching staff that's going to prepare these guys, and we'll be ready to roll when it comes down to it.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Enjoy the dead week.
Build the hill.
Next, I rounded up Ware County head coach Jason Strickland. Here's that interview.
All right, Coach Strick, obviously over here at Brunswick 2 days this week. I suppose you signed up because it's good competition. I know you got a good football team too, but is that why you signed up?
Absolutely. Number one, it's ran extremely well organized. We were over here last year. I thought Coach Grady did a great job. The folks that he's got in here are terrific coaching staffs. They know how to manage the young men in their program. And nobody's trying to win a state championship today and Tuesday. Everybody's wanting to compete. All the young men that are out here are coached that way. But it's physical, but it's really, really good competition. It's a chance to put football pads. Let's go 11 on 11 and it not be T-shirt Olympics.
Hey, Coach, you're basically through the month of June now. Next week's the dead week. I mean, how do you feel about where you are as a football team at this point?
Well, we got a long way to go, but you know, the thing that I'm excited about is how hard our kids are working. And if we're going to continue to do that, I mean, the thing about it, we get back, it's 2 weeks, we got acclimation. So, you know, July's going to go really, really fast. But I've been real proud of the work we put in. We got a long way to go, especially on the back end defensively. We got a bunch of new faces back there. We're running a whole new defense. So it's been a progress, but I was really, really pleased with what I've seen these 2 days.
Kind of talk about July. I mean, it is sort of a quick turnaround, and you kind of do get into so-called official practice pretty quick. What does July look like for the Gators?
We've got another big 7-on-7 event, I think the first week of July. And then, you know, we'll take part in another padded camp, but the following week. So, I mean, really for us, we've got 6 more practices and or 6 more dates, whatever you want to call it. And then it's acclimation. I mean, it's crazy how fast it's going to be here in July. Our guys are excited. They're ready for a break. Don't get me wrong, but they're excited to get here for July. They know once July gets here, we're going to start filling Memorial Stadium up pretty quick.
Hey, Coach, today, I mean, you guys had the headsets on. Everybody had chalkboards signaling in plays or kind of however they do things. Was this maybe as close to real football as you
That's
could get?
what we're trying to do, and you know, as for us as coaches, practice as well. You know, our operation timing, being able to call a play, you know, getting defensive checks all through headsets, stuff like that. It's a chance for us to, as coaches, to get a practice before we have to line up and play a real football game.
All right, Coach, good stuff. We'll see you on down the road this summer.
Hey, appreciate what you guys do with 912, man. Thank you big time.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
And finally, I spoke with Brunswick head coach Garrett Grady.
All right, Coach Grady, thanks for your time, first of all. But I guess 2 good days of competition at this OTA last week of June. I guess as the camp host, I guess you feel like things went pretty well?
Yes, sir. Everything, you know, this is our 2nd year doing this, and 2 of the teams we had back was where Thomas County Central and Richmond Hill came in and probably saved the camp because we had somebody back out, and we got to have 4 teams, you know, according to GHSA rules, and we want to follow those. And but I think the competition here was great, you know, in all sessions, both days. You know, I think, you know, as the host of it, it did run smoothly. We had TCC stay here. We housed them here at Brunswick High School, and those guys, you know, enjoyed their time here and got to see the Golden Isles. And but you know, for a camp, this is what you want to see going into the, you know, second off week in the summertime, and they'll leave on a positive note. And I'm really proud of the way our guys played both defense and offense. So going into the dead week, I think we're exactly where we need to be right now. We're not where we want to be, but where we need to be.
Coach, talk about the competition. I know you all had some real championship level programs over here last year, and you got teams that are thinking about championships already at this point this year. When you were looking to get, you know, 4 teams, like you say, I guess you were looking for teams at that caliber, right?
Oh, yes, sir. You definitely want to, you know, if we ever see TCC, it's going to be in the playoffs. And, you know, we play where we start, you know, our scrimmage off this season with them. And, you know, Richmond Hill, we've played them in the past. And, you know, they'll be in Region 1 6A now, so they play in a really tough classification. So these are the kind of competitions that we want to see. We want to go up against the best. And I think that's what we did here, you know, these past 2 days. And, you know, I'm just, like I said, I'm proud of our coaches. I'm proud of our players, the way, you know, they were prepared, and mentally and physically. I don't think we had too many guys cramping, or, you know, I think we had 1 guy cramping, no injuries. So that was a plus coming out of it too.
Coach, talk about coming out of that dead week. I mean, it's just a few weeks of summer practice, I guess, then kind of into true fall camp, preseason camp. So talk about what July looks like for the Pirates.
Yeah, July, we'll come back on July 8th, and, we'll get going in the weight room that first week and continue to work out, get out here on the turf, do some stuff, offense and defense specific, and then we'll focus on some special teams as well, start getting that point where you got to really know the personnel and everything. And then July 17th, we're going to head over to Valdosta and go to Lowndes High School and participate in their OTA that they have. Don't know their opponents yet that are going to be there, but we're looking forward to that test for us. And, I know they'll have some good caliber teams, and that'll be tough for us as well. So we're looking forward to that. And then, it starts getting a little bit closer to August, and, you're just trying to get all the personnel issues, ironed out and everything. And, we're looking forward to that.
And Coach, not to get too into the weeds, but with what y'all are trying to do, but obviously it looked like offensively y'all were trying to get the ball in playmakers' hands out here today. You got a lot of speed. That's no secret. I mean, and talk about just trying to spread that ball around offensively.
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of weapons, on the perimeter. It all starts up front. I'm always going to say that I'm an offensive line guy, but I think those guys up front are playing well. There's only one ball we can get, to one person at a time. But definitely we want to share the wealth and everything, and trying to get some guys on the perimeter, get the ball in their hands and let them go to work. And you saw that out here today. Got a lot of guys that can make some big plays for us, but you just got to keep doing everything the right way.
All right, Coach, keep up the good work, and we'll see you after that dead week.
All right, thank you.
As we count you down to kickoff, we'll be all over the lead up to the 2024 high school football season here in Southeast Georgia at 912 Sports. For On Air with 912 Sports, I'm Kevin Price.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.